right in the heart with a silver bullet.
Yeah. I think they plotting on me. Don't fight this beat when they enter the lab. I feel a cold stare. Think I ain't looking. Maybe cause I'm focused. No hands out for the hopeless. Funny bullets, I caught some shots. Another piece of the puzzle connecting dots. You can find the truth of laughter and liquor. One more shot to an empty bottle. If you gon' walk it like a model for me, like I don't see her intentions all in my scope. At a time we were just friends with advice to land. Not special, I was dead broke, but we still got hope. Don't take my words, just pack and issue that raw dough. Just pack and issue that raw dough. Pack and issue that raw dough. To the people that listen to my people, they know that I do care. With your hands in the air, rocking side to side. Now my work, yeah, time to ride. Where my niggas at? My niggas ain't my niggas no more. Push me to the back, label to change up the swag. I do it for us, I'm pro black. Don't rock it the shit get. Wouldn't be so all type of African shit. Just rock it, they for fade. Swagger tell them me. Polo colors and fly kicks. Just polo colors and fly kicks. Exclusive shit, not get wet. Keep it coming, just don't stop. The revolution starts with shots. Bang.
I'm respectful to my people, and I want to represent my people, and I don't want to be a bad representative. I can't be blind, make the blind lead the blind, we're all following this.
Now my mama said, baby, act like you got sense. They act like I only act right for Lent. Been living in purgatory, but I'm nosing for heaven. Not sure if I'm getting in, cause I ain't paid a reference. Who looking at me when I ain't looking, judging my character? I can't put down my guard on this planet, back in the camera. Ready for my close-up, the lens gets bigger. Won't play me on BET, cause I am not a nigga. My heart is like a powder keg, ready to explode. Smell like strange food, cause I'm America's cologne. It started with the hello, think you're a nice fellow. You're ballin' like Carmelo, you treat you like Othello. L.A.R. we the stars, turn a rapper to a prophet. Bulletproof 306, keep your hands in your pocket. Jordan rules for my life, you contain them, can't stop them. I'm niggas sky high, so the clouds can't drop them. My life is like a miracle, my words are just imperial. I'm edible, I'm audible, I'm digital, I'm visual. Spit like Komodo, go like Bruce Lee, Roy beating the mean as bad as Mofo in the dojo. Life is so amazing and raps like Jesus. They said hip hop is dead, but today look like Easter.
Now I wake up in the morning, I'm black and handsome as ever. However, you see me as strange fruit, will it ever happen, not again. A crook and just a homicide, he know it's self-defense. But since I'm black and since he white, he got no common sense. That's 1969, and he ain't Jesus Christ. He ain't coming back on Easter, he ain't got a second life. You know I'm right? Hold up, look. Now the sirens in my window here, pull it over. License and registration, gun ain't never in the holster. Plus, that man black too, he wanna act too. A nigga with an attitude and a badge too. A couple tattoos, hoping I act a fool so he can squeeze too. But it ain't nothing different, they the same thing. They pull him over, he gon' get the same thing. Maybe 2 up in his brain, 21 gun salute. Last words was I'm a cop, he last heard fuck you. And he ain't coming back, you know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, y'all say goodbye. Everybody cry, second line. But when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, they know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, everybody cry. Y'all say goodbye, second line. But when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, I'm gone. And now she on welfare. Law said that they can't live there, so we ain't there. And life ain't fair, but the food free and the rent cheap. His roaches where you sleep. He still came around and taught you baseball. Bought a Barbie doll, he raised all of y'all. And now the kids adults, they both up in the court. She want that child support, he on that child support. But he ain't never taught him baseball, and she ain't never bought him Barbie dolls. They both never there, no, never, not at all. Saying, well, pull your pants up, go while your ass out. They looking back saying, why, y'all ain't ever in the house? You got it backwards, don't you? I'm saying, cause we still preaching unity. And it's supposed to be family first in community. Got it in church to $1 for your blessing. We made in God's image, thinking with Saint's mind. They got us crossed up, now Judas is Caesar. America bury me, but I ain't coming back for Easter. Yeah, they know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, y'all say goodbye. Everybody cry, second line. But when the music music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, they know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, everybody cry. Y'all say goodbye, second line. But when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, I'm gone.
What's good people? Just had something that crossed my mind. So from the great city of Houston, dealing with all of this storm and power outages. I'm one of the lucky ones, so hope everybody get their stuff, power back on and everybody's good. But as you can see in the title, you're self-aware after being selfish. And the reason that I'm doing this video as live is because sometimes when you on social media, sometimes it's the algorithm, and sometimes it's everything you watching, right? You see a certain pattern. And with some of this pattern of enlightenment, or some people being woke, or some people trying to talk about, I guess, deeper topics, the pattern I see is, oh, I get it now. You were doing whatever you felt like doing, and you were able to get away with it for a certain amount of time. And now, when life smacked you in the face, now you self-aware. So I began looking at situations a little differently. Same thing with age, because I had this similar mindset when I was younger. You can't go all in and do something selfish, and because when it works out and you get what you want being selfish, nobody says a word. They just, yeah, I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? I did it again. But then when it comes back to bite you in the butt, then it's, oh, I gotta think this through, and maybe I've done some things and made some mistakes that I might be paying for at this particular point. Maybe it's karma. And it's like, nah, I don't want to hear your self-awareness now, dog. Because all you really saying is, this time your selfishness didn't work out for you. That's it. That's all you saying. And plenty scenarios that I see and I think about it when I see it on social media. I see people do things like, and sometimes the stories that they talk about. You hear people talking about relationships, and it's like when they were bad in a relationship with another person because they were doing whatever they wanted to do, whether it's cheating, whether it's just having a bad attitude and wanting somebody to cater to you all the time, whether it's just, like I said, being selfish to the point where they're taking way more than they're giving. And then when people go, I can't rock with you no more, then it's, oh man, I had to realize that I wasn't doing the right things. And it's like, you knew you wasn't doing the right things. It was just that you thought people were going to put up with it for as long as you felt like they was going to put up with it. And then they didn't. And then it was like, oh, well, I could get somebody else to put up with it. And you have people with a history of thinking that they could, be a jerk from one person to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. And then they run out of people. And then all of a sudden, you know what? I had to learn to be more aware of what I was doing. And it's like, you were absolutely aware of what you was doing. Absolutely aware. It was just, you didn't care. like, and I hate to do it this way. Like I know people who are reckless, right? And sometimes when you're reckless and you're confident because you keep getting away with doing reckless things, you push the envelope. You get more and more and more reckless. So let's just say I know people who are like horrible drivers. They gotta speed. They gotta take extra chances on the road. They gotta just, do the most when they're in the car. They just gotta do the most, right? And it's like, yo, oh, at the same time, people who are heavy partiers, drinkers, some people are drug users, and they go, I got it, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. And it's like, yo, you need to stop this. This is not every blue moon this happens with you. This happens a lot with you. And then they go, oh man, I do this all the time. And it's like, that's the problem. You do this all the time. And I've seen people total their cars. I've seen people cause, I've not seen, but well, yeah, I've actually seen it too. When I think about it. I've seen people getting wrecks that just hurt a bunch of people. And then all of a sudden, oh man, I need to be more careful about what I'm doing. It's like, oh, it only took for you to put 5 people in the hospital for you to get it. Oh, it only took for you, man, thanks. Thank you. It only took you, wrecking your car and not having, you totaled it and it's your fault. And now you don't have a car for one. And then when you get a car, if you get a car again, the insurance is through the roof. And I've seen people who get them, what do they call it? SR22s. That's when you have a, like high speeds, you out of pocket. You speeding to the point where it's reckless driving and endangerment, right? So now you got this ticket that's thousands of dollars, and then you got that idea that how can I put it? Then you got the idea that I get it now. I really do get it now. I'm not gonna do this no more. And it's like, what? Bro, like, it didn't take all that for you to get it. What it was is now you got to pay so much money, you can't afford to still be reckless. Just keep it 100. Let's just be all the way honest. You're not self-aware. Your recklessness just broke you. And now you can't afford to be reckless now. Now all of a sudden they made you responsible. So you have, that type of thing. And then, and I've seen people who are hotheads, and because they're hotheads, and sometimes being a hothead works for some people, they go everywhere and they pop off and they pop off and they pop off. And what I mean by being a hothead works for some people, sometimes when people are hotheads, people try to calm them down and kind of enable them by like, look, man, look, we're gonna chill the situation out. What you need, man? Let me get you this. Let me get you this. Let me solve this equation by de-escalating this a little bit so that it don't go crazy, because I can see you about to lose it. And so people have a habit of going out being a hothead because they figure, either people gonna cater to me or I'm gonna get all this attention, because it's basically throwing a tantrum everywhere you go. And I've seen people who push the envelope and they didn't know how to shut it off. People got shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, stop messing with that person over there. Man, no, I could do what I want. Hey, dog, don't do that. You see how that person backing away, right? Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing. Dog, leave that person alone. Man, I do this. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. Oh, he shot me. No, you got yourself shot. It's a difference. You kept pressing the issue, and then, now they felt the burn, right? And they made it, and they survived. And then it's like, you know what? You don't just go out messing with people. You don't never know what people are capable of. You don't never know what people are do. You don't never know, if people are actually just take it there. You might lose your life out here. And it's like, yo, yeah, we all knew that. All them other times you went out losing your doggone mind because you was feeling yourself. Now you self-aware. Oh, and because sometimes, unfortunately, that's what it takes for people to go, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing that. But you're doing what you want to do, because there are a lot of people who consider themselves adults, and part of being an adult, the part that they think is the most important about being an adult, is I can do whatever I want to do because I'm grown. And it's like, no, you in theory, yes, but this idea that I could do whatever I want to do because I'm grown, you're dealing with other grown people, and they can do whatever they want to do in response too, because they grown too. And this is what I mean by, you're self-aware after being selfish, because people get shocked, they get surprised, like, I can't believe they responded like that. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, they were supposed to give you a pass? That was supposed to be cool, right? I've seen people, how can I say this, who wanted attention. People who were big spenders, who spent money for attention, whether it be clothes, whether they went out and they paid for, what do you call that? Whether it be clothes, what do you call that? Bottle service, or, they went out on trips and they were spending money and taking pictures like, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I do. And it's like, hey man, the people you trying to impress don't even know you. And a lot of them don't care. And the people that care too much are either going to try to use you or try to rob you. So you might want to chill that out or pipe down. And I've seen people do the most, man, like do the most. Like I was talking to my wife about it. I said, I think I was talking to my homeboy about it too. Like, let's just use the bottle service thing. Like, I'm not a big drinker, but I go to a liquor store, one of the big ones, and just buy something. My friends used to come over. My family sometimes would come over when they were in town, and they would just come to the crib and they'd be like, dang, you got this? You don't drink this? No, not really. But I would know how much stuff costs. So, go out, I see people buying bottles and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And they're like, yo, man, I got it. We got it out there. We looking good. We partners. Like, no. Bro, I'm not, you paid $300 for a bottle that's $39 at the store. Like, don't do that. That's stupid. Some of my friends, I remember we went out and he was like, hey man, everybody put all your car keys on the table. Let people see what you're riding. I'm like, nope. Nope. Not doing that. I've had people who, like to flash money, and it's like, not a good idea. I've seen people play that game where they like leaving, they like, telling everybody where they're at and when they're there, like, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna be there, and this is what I'm gonna be here and this is what I'm gonna do. And it's like, stop it. And they go, nah, man, you don't do it because you can't afford to do it. I'm like, okay, all right. And I've seen people play that game, and on some people, they spend so much money in a month, it catch up with them. And like I said, they get self-aware. All of this attention that they wanted, when the bill comes, because some of these people do this on, debit card, credit card, whatever, right? People ain't walking around with cash on them no more. And they see how much they spent in a month. They're like, oh, what'd I do that for? And it's like, yeah, but you do that every month though. You keep saying what I do that for, and you did it again, and you did it again, and you did it again. And for a period, people are living good, seemingly, right? And then, that year of trying to get everybody's attention turns into 10 years of trying to work to make sure you never in debt like that again. And it's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you gotta grind. Yeah. You should have thought that the first time. You should have been grinding the first time instead of trying to shine on people. that don't know you and don't care about you, and you just wanted them to see you, and now you out here looking stupid, because you're not working overtime, and getting side hustles because you a grinder. You out here working overtime and side hustles because you done put yourself in so much debt. You got to. Now you too tired to go out in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because now you self-aware. It's like, no, you're not really self-aware. Them bills made you pay it. Stop doing it. Because I've seen people who were, what do you call it? It's luxury clothes or whatever, high fashion. And I've seen people buy. I got this and I got this and I got this and I got this. And it's like, yo, why you keep buying it? Man, you know what I'm saying? I like to look good. It's like, I get that, but why you keep doing that? And it's like, I just like the finer things. And it's like, okay, listen. I've seen people who can afford it go, you know what? I don't wear this every day. I'm not going to keep buying this, go shopping here and there. And I don't even wear these clothes, but maybe 20 times a year. Why am I doing this? And I've seen people who can't afford it keep doing it. And it's like, yeah. You kind of ran out of places to go real quick, didn't you? If that $300 shirt, them $800 shoes, it ain't hitting like it's supposed to hit when you like, wait a minute. I done went out 20 something times and I done bought all these outfits and I really can't go nowhere. And then I got to make up somewhere to go to show this stuff off. And it's like, nah. And you keep doing it. And then they wake up one day, man, this ain't even like that because it's the same material. A lot, like, don't get it twisted. Some of this stuff is actually good material, but other stuff is just a regular t-shirt with an emblem, a regular polo, a regular dress shirt. It just got a different name on it. That's pretty much it. And then you go, oh my God. And it's like, yeah, it's a waste of time. And then people wind up, they can't, they throw some of this stuff away after a while because it goes out of fashion. It's like, oh, what did I do that for? Exactly, for nothing. And then, my bad. I feel you, fam. And then, I've had the people who, and this used to bug me. I'm not really a jewelry person, but, I learned a lot about it early on because I knew people who had jewelry. And wore jewelry. And I ain't talking about cheap jewelry. I'm talking about some serious jewelry. And I started learning the inner workings, of people making it, people selling it, the retail. If you try to trade something to sell it back, what happens? And like some of your favorite, I ain't even gonna do that. Let me put it to you like this. Some people buy jewelry on consignment or they buy jewelry by payments. And some of these people, you see them with something and they 3, 4, 5 months behind on the payments that they making on this chain or this piece or this watch. Cause that's how it was at the time. So at some point, somebody coming to get it because you owe, right? And then some people wear this jewelry and then they realize, man, I'm gonna get something else. And it's like, yeah, I bought this for 100,000. Yeah, I could get this back and I probably get about 80. And you be like, but no, you're gonna get about 40. And be like, dog, I paid 100,000 for this. You mean all I can get is 40? Yes, that's all you gonna get is 40. You wanted a specific thing. You made it a rare item. You paid all this doggone money for it. And now you about to find out what it's really worth when you try to trade it in for something else, or you tired of it and you got to sell it back, or you ran on hard times and you got to sell it back. And it's like, dog, you didn't know that already? No, I just, and you've seen people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on stuff and they got to sell it. And they might get 100,000 for everything. And then it's the self-awareness. Hey man, let me tell y'all about, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be out here spending all your money off all these people. And same thing with cars, right? You know, I know of a person who bought a Lamborghini and it was because they liked it and it was a stick shift. And they bought it cash. And they didn't know how to drive a stick shift. And then it was like, what the did I get myself into? Because it's one thing messing up the gears, you know, grinding gears and bucking. If y'all know what bucking is, when you're in a stick shift, if you don't actually hit the clutch right and the gas right, the car bucks like a doggone horse. It's till you get it right. So, but if you shift that gears and it goes, yeah, it's one thing to grind that gear on a cheap car trying to learn. It's another thing grinding the gear on a $250,000 car. You like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? And then it's like, man, I wanted to look good, but was it worth it? And the reason I'm saying this, and I'm going from lower class to upper class, because everybody makes this mistake. Because people, they want to have their moment. And sometimes you go out of your way to get your moment, and then you realize that moment really ain't what you thought. You get what I'm saying? But you selfish. You got to do it, right? And I'm going to get into some other stuff that's just it's trifling. But when he grinded them gears, and he was like, man, I got to get his car. I got to get rid of this car, because it's one thing to look cool and it's another thing to destroy it and not be able to sell it back, because they knew how much the maintenance was. So, and I would tell people, like people I know, you know, who, like I know some just regular 9-to-5 folks, right? Who wanted really high class things. And I would tell them like, yo, that might not be a good idea for you. And it's like, why? You know, because depending on the person, how much money they make and how much they budget. I knew some people I work with. I remember one of my coworkers wanted to buy a Bentley. It was used, but it's still a Bentley. And they're like, yo, that's my dream car. This sucker's right here for sale. It's got low miles. I'm gonna go ahead and cop that thing. And I was like, hey, the reason why they selling that car, and the reason why they're selling it for a price that's probably that's affordable to you, is because the maintenance gonna kill you. And they're like, what? I said, look, the maintenance gonna kill you. You're like, what you mean the maintenance gonna kill? I said, listen, that ain't a regular brake job. That ain't a regular oil. That ain't a regular oil change. It's not. Something break on that car. It's not gonna be like, you know, oh, okay, a couple of $100. It's gonna be $5, $10, $15, $20, $30,000. You gonna have to come off some change. And they're like, what? I said, hey, and because I had to explain to them, like, I know people who got these kind of cars. Like, that's why I was like, don't you notice when you see like real rich people, they have these cars, they're brand new cars, but you really don't see them in older models of those cars. It's like, yeah, I said, because they get rid of them suckers before the warranty's up. That's what they doing. Because they got that kind of money that, hey, let me go ahead and either they lease them suckers, you know, so they give it back, or if they got paid for it cash, before the warranty's up, they trade it in for something else. I said, but you gonna be stuck with it, you know. Yeah, exactly. So, and I've seen people who got selfish. Like I've seen people who were selfish. It's like, yo, I'm gonna get it. This is my dream. It's like, okay, all right, that's your dream. Same thing. I've seen people, you know, I want a house. I want to live here. This is my dream. It's like, hey, put that on pause. Do not do that. Why not, dog? You know, like I knew people who bought homes when the housing bubble burst, and they bought them adjusted mortgages where, you know, 1 month is $1,000 and next month it might be, you know, $800 and the next month is like $5,000. It's like, yeah, dog, do not do that. It's like, but this is my dream house. I can get it for this amount of money. Oh yeah, no, don't do that to yourself. Why not? This is what I want. And it's like, hey, dog, no, trust me. That's not gonna work out. Guess what? They ain't got that doggone house. It was their dream house for a moment. It was a nightmare when you wind up 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year behind, and your mortgage you get foreclosed on because when it was cheaper than what you couldn't afford, it was great. But when it was a little bit over what you can afford, it was fine. But when they started jumping up these crazy things, you couldn't pay that. And then people go, hey man, don't ever put yourself in a position that you wind up like this. And it's like, yo, you got in that position because you were selfish. You didn't care about what was going to happen on the back end. So you're not really self-aware. Your selfishness just got you caught up. Like, boy, like, I know people who are, let's just say hypersexual, right? They just got, the guys who just gotta try to sleep with everybody, the girls who just, this is my sexuality. I know that all too well. And for me, and I'm not going to just say it was sexuality, but whatever vice you got, when you a slave to your vice, you pretty much a crackhead. It's like you a dope fiend at that point because their vice makes all your decisions for you. And I've seen people who, man, I hate this. I hate to say some of these things. It's a long gone, but I still hate to say. I know people who are hypersexual. And what happened is there's some people who are so hypersexual is they don't care about what they're doing. They're reckless with their bodies, right? And it's all fun until they catch something. And then some of these people catch stuff, and because they're hypersexual, they're around other hypersexual people. And those people is like the first one to catch something out of the group. Other people get themselves checked out. If they ain't get it, you off the list, right? So what do these people wind up doing? They wind up dealing with other people. But they don't tell these other people that they got something. Something incurable. You get what I'm saying? And see, like I know of people who had herpes. I know people who were HIV positive, and they didn't tell somebody because I don't like these people. I don't know personally. Well, I think herpes. I do know people personally, but but I'm sure they, some of these people I know they tell people right up front. But I do know other people who somebody, family member, friend got to say, hey, did they tell you? Did they tell you? And it's like, tell me what? Listen, I hope you ain't just, going into that thing raw. And it's like, what? Yeah, it's like that. And it's like, what the? Yeah, man. And it's a big old fight. Like, why you ain't tell me that you was this, that, and the third? Because you wouldn't have stayed with me. You wouldn't have talked to me. We still wouldn't be together. And it's like, oh, okay. See, some people then got hands and feet put on them because they didn't tell people. And some people lost their lives because they didn't tell people. And some people, got lucky because they didn't get anything. And they got out of that situation. And some people got something. You get what I'm saying? And that becomes one of the issues when you a slave to your vices. And these people didn't get it. They get self-aware. I shouldn't be doing that to people. And it's like, no. I don't want to hear that you shouldn't be doing that to people because you was doing that to people on purpose because you knew nobody was messing with you. So what you did was you decided to not tell people what was really going on with you, and you didn't care about the consequences until they found out. And then when somebody was stomping you out, then you got self-aware. When somebody shot at you, then you got self-aware, right? I can even, you know, it sucks to say this. There are people who I know, you know, I've come across in life who are, let's just say, racist, prejudiced, whatever. And they out here being racist, being prejudiced, all that. And there comes a point when life happens because they were benefiting from being racist, from being prejudiced, for you know, being a hater, basically. And then they need help. And who winds up helping is the person that's from the group that they despise. But the people in the group that they love ain't got their back like that. And here's the interesting thing about that. You know, if you're racist, if you're prejudiced, if you're hateful, 9 times out of 10, misery loves company. So the people that you're going to be around are racist or prejudiced or hateful people. They're going to be straight haters. So I don't know why you think you're going to have a camaraderie with a bunch of haters. And if something happened to you, that they're going to all of a sudden be loving. They're haters. You get what I'm saying? So then they get themselves in a position and it's like, oh, I didn't think you would help me. And it's like, listen, man, or woman, it don't matter. You're self-aware that, you know, all of your little hateful little group don't have your back, even though y'all got a camaraderie and we hate them. And it's like, okay. But all these people that you hate, you don't actually say that to them publicly. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to say that to their face. And I'm gonna have to have a conversation too. Like I've seen, it's been situations where people play that, how can I say? People play that I'm gonna prove it in front of these other people, you know, that I don't like you or them or this, that, and the third. You know, even me, I had to make people stand down. Like, hey, when I knock you out, your friends ain't gonna help you. Y'all gonna lie, tell the police that, you know, it's a big 6'9" black dude in a Cadillac or something, but it's gonna be me. They ain't gonna help you. They ain't built like that. Y'all just a bunch of people hating together, feeling like y'all invincible until you get cracked in the mouth. That's all it was. So, and then people become self-aware, like, oh, because it's a bully mentality in a sense. And that's the same thing, you know, I say about people who are bullies. You know, bullies change real fast when they get whooped on. Real fast. And it was cool when you were, you know, as a child snatching people's money. And I saw a clip. What is that? Daniel Cormier. He was on a pivot and he said he was at a park with one of his kids. His kid was on a slide and another kid kept pushing his kid, and the parent didn't do nothing about it. And he said he walked over to the parent. He said, hey, if your kid push my kid one more time, I'm pushing you. And and the reason why that's I bring it up is because when it comes to parenting, some of us as parents, we're trying to teach the killer instinct, quote unquote, or teach aggression, and you're teaching it wrong. You're basically teaching these kids to be bullies, you know, do things that are really out of pocket, that are really dirty, but you're trying to tell them, yeah, that's how you do it. And it's like, listen, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna find out because somebody gonna either unleash their child or that parent gonna unleash themselves on you. And then you become self-aware, like, hey man, you can't be out here telling these kids do all this crazy stuff because you don't know what can happen. You don't know who you can offend. And it's like, bro, you knew it. You just, only reason you're self-aware now is because your kid got punched in the mouth and you got punched in the mouth. That's it. I'm about to talk to that too. And I'm gonna say it this way. For me, it was more non-black parents that was like that. They taught their kids to be dirty. They taught their kids to be cheaters. They taught their kids to be out of pocket. And then when I saw black parents do it, those are kind of parents that go to a little league game with a gun on them because they already know they're out of pocket. So they know something eventually is going to happen, right? So then they try to, I got this thing on me. And it's like, bro, you need to chill out. It's like, well, I got that thing. It's like, listen, you're going to meet somebody who going to know you got that thing on you. And they going to call somebody. And they going to follow you home. And it ain't going to be pretty. And then when 3-4 cars of people with guns is at your front door and your whole family there, all that tough guy stuff going to go clean out the window. And you're going, I got to protect my family, but it's going to be too late, dog. And people think that doesn't happen, but no, it happens. You can't be self-aware after the fact. Like, you got to dial it down. That sucks to say it, but it is what it is. And then I seen people, oh boy. Like when you get on like YouTube, social media, I've seen people play that, I'm going to be provocative. I'm going to be over the top. I'm going to be entertaining. I'm going to do some crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm going to show people, what it is, this is how I'm going to get your attention. I was like, okay. But when you become that character, when people start believing that character that you made up is you, and they're going to start approaching you as that character, don't get self-aware. I did it for the views. I did it for the likes. You know what I'm saying? I did it to grow my channel. I did it to grow my following. Okay. Well, guess what? You completed that mission. You were successful. And now that's what everybody going to see you as. So either you're going to have to accept it or reject it. Because and if you reject it, people going to look at you funny. And it's like, what the, but now you want to get self-aware. I've made a lot of mistakes. When people say they made a lot of mistakes and they're adults, they're 100% liars. Those were not mistakes. Those were selfish decisions. You can't be 25, 30, 45, 40, whatever, 50, 60 years old talking about I made a lot of mistakes in my life. No, it wasn't. There wasn't a lot of mistakes. Because an adult will tell you, I'm making adult decisions. This is what I wanted to do. That's what I chose to do. And the reason I'm saying it that way is because a lot of people, like I said, you self-aware after being selfish, because what people do is they go down a selfish path and then they say they find an awareness after the fact. And that's really just a hustle for you to, quote unquote, forgive them and let them back in, or to get back into your good graces so they could be selfish with something else. And this is when people really, really have issues, because it's this idea that everything, just like everything you do can be forgivable to the point where you can bounce back with the same people. And it's like, nah, bro, when you hit a certain age, you deal with people, everybody's not going to give you 37 times the F up. That's not going to happen. And the bad part about it is most people learn that as a child. Most people learn that as a child. Yo, I can't keep doing all this selfish stuff. That's how you wind up getting on punishment. That's how you wind up getting grounded. That's how you wind up getting whippings. But all of a sudden you become a quote unquote adult, and now all of a sudden you slow. Your mind don't work no more. Oh, I thought I could do that. It's not a big deal. This is all good. It's like, huh? And you see it like when you see these videos of people on social media going out to eat and ordering a bunch of stuff and expecting somebody else to pay. Why you can't pay? What, you broke? You po? No, you broke and you po if you thought that you was going to come to somewhere, to a restaurant, order the most expensive thing that you couldn't afford and expect somebody else to pay for it. You about to get some serious, you about to get this work. And then you realize, oh man, people ain't gonna people ain't gonna take care of you like that. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, it's not happening. Because at that point, you become a liability. You become a liability. I'm so trying not to go left. And this could go for men or women. Have you ever seen somebody in a relationship, married, and they get a divorce, and they think like, oh man, life is gonna be so much better for me because I'm out of this bad situation. And you knew that they were the problem. You get what I'm saying? You knew that they were the problem in that bad situation. And now they're like, I'm free to go on in the world and do me. And then they realize the world don't like them. They don't like who they are. And then you wind up going, oh, all that stuff that wasn't on, I thought it was just, they were just, they were just lame, or they were just stuck up, or they were just, they just couldn't handle stuff. And it's like, no, you're a problem. That's what that is. You're a problem. Kind of like, oh, wee boy. Kind of like you might have a selfish family member or a selfish friend, and y'all stop being cool as family members and friends, and they always blaming something on somebody else. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's this person. It's that person. They the reason why this is happening and that is happening. And then you realize you keep blaming people, but you ain't trying to fix nothing. Okay, so you just want everybody to feel sorry for you so you can get free stuff. Oh, okay, I got you. And then you fall back from that person, and then other people fall back from that person, and there's nobody else to blame. And now they on their own, and it's nobody else's fault. And people are looking at them like, yo, well, it's this person, and they meet new people, and they're like, none of these people are around. These people that you've been talking about ain't been around this whole time. And as a matter of fact, it seemed like you getting worse. You said you was like this when they was around, and now you like this when they not around. So, when is it gonna kick in? And maybe it's you, because then it don't kick in. Because I know people who swear to God that they are blessing to everybody. Everybody that they are blessing to, has helped them more than they've been a blessing. Like, you know what? You letting me live with you for free because I'm a blessing to you. What? You can go live on your own now and pay some rent, like pay a mortgage or something. You need me around to be a blessing. Actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. I think it's the other way around. You don't have fun if I wasn't here. You can't afford to go nowhere if I wasn't here. So don't turn this around. It's that, like, sometimes lame people have thought they were cool, and the people that they thought were lame were actually cool, and they had to figure out the hard way, because the person that you thought was lame introduced you to all the cool stuff. And now when you're around new people, you not being you being that lame, that person you called the lame. You going where they was going, you eating what they was eating, you going to the events that they was going, you doing the fashion things that they were doing. You know what I'm saying? You carrying yourself like them, you listening to the music they listen to, you going to the concerts they go to, you go to the comedy shows they go to. You going to the black tie events they go to, you trying to, I'm a culture person. No, you're not. And then what happens is what? you run out of their swag because you ain't around them no more, and now you stuck with you, and the self awareness kicks in that, oh, I'm really a lame because I don't know how to actually be cool. I'm just walking around, trying to make cool faces and walk cool. Like, yeah, you're pretty much sorry. I thought you been knew that. Because a lot of people, are stuck on themselves, and social media makes you more stuck on yourself. It's kind of like when you want, you ever been on FaceTime with somebody and you having a conversation with them and you can see them looking at themselves. It's like, hey, I see you can't get enough of you, but you ain't that impressive. Like, can we have this conversation right now? I ain't got time for all this. Matter of fact, just cut the camera off. I'm just cutting the phone off. Like, I ain't got time for all that, because that becomes an issue. And then you wind up seeing people, and that's how you wind up with people being upset that people are going out on dates and they were on their phone the whole date, just talking to somebody else, texting somebody else, looking at themselves, going live, and it's like, what the man, get out of here. Take yourself out. And one of the things I love the most is when people wind up with nobody to go out with, and you see them on social media going live at an event by themselves, trying like, hey, I'm here, and it's like, bro, it's only 4 people in the background. Like, you should put your phone down. You might just want to go on the dance floor, sit down at the bar or something. Like, chill out. You tripping. Your need for approval and attention has gone too far. You at a buffet going live. Sit down. Just get a plate and sit down. But the thing about, like I said, you're self-aware after you're being selfish. I think I'm a football fan, so Troy Polamalu, the Steelers, Hall of Fame safety. One of his things was improvised. He would just do his thing. So a lot of times, one of the reasons he was going to make plays like that is because Ryan Clark, from the pivot, he would know Troy going to improvise. He would kind of, try to cover, do his job, and where Troy was supposed to be kind of simultaneously to let Troy do his thing. And the reason I said this is because a lot of people aren't actually Troy Polamalu. Y'all not that good. But y'all out here doing y'all thing because y'all got a support system that could back you. And what winds up happening is your support system gets tired of picking up the slack because you want to freelance. And a lot of y'all think like, well, a lot of people like that who just want to freelance around. They got one major problem. They become self-aware after the support system is tired. Like, listen, man, I know of people who are supposed to have mental issues, supposed to be like, quote unquote crazy, 5150 crazy, should be in a straight jacket, kind of crazy, right? And truth is, they not crazy. They just playing crazy because they don't want to work. That's what it is. They don't want to work, so they go. I'm crazy. I can't go. The world is closing in. I'm off my meds. I'm on my meds, but I'm off my meds. It's like, listen. And the family goes, listen, you got one more time. You got one more time to play this game, and you're going to be living on the streets. And then all of a sudden, 10 years of crazy go, you know what? I think I got common sense now. And then becomes the conversation of, you know what, maybe, I'm aware of what I was doing. It's like everybody's aware of what you was doing. It was just you was freelancing and everybody had to cover it. And you ain't covering nobody. And the reason I'm going to say that is because, I got to add something to that. I know of selfish people who fake like they good giving people. And what I mean is they're selfish to the core. And if they help you, if you go, hey man, you know, can I have a favor? And it ain't even got to be a big favor, right? Like, could you do something for me? And they like, yeah. They use that as in their mind as leverage over you forever and a day. You remember that 6 months I helped you? Yeah. I helped you too for the next 6 months. No, but you didn't go through what I went through helping you, hey, bro. It's been 5 years. And if you know a person like that, you know they got that same thing with everybody around them. I gave you gum when you was 12. You know, I let you borrow my video game when you was 16. You know, you remember when I got you them shoes that time? It's like, bro, you 37 now. Stop it. Stop it. You know, this stick of gum when you was 12 years old does not mean I got to help you with your rent every month. If you don't get out of my face. But then these people become self-aware because it's like, yo, oh man, people ain't gonna have your back like you had theirs. And it's like, wait, time out. You do realize, you know, all these things you've done for other people. Yeah, it's like, count them up. I did this for them. I did that 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 for that person. I did that for that person. I did that for that person. And I did that for that person. Okay. All right. So you 35 and you just mentioned 10 things that you've been holding over, you know, 5 to 10 people's heads. 10 things. You know why those people don't throw them? You know why those people don't throw what they do for you in your face? Why? Because they can't keep count. Because they done that much. You're just a taker. Point blank, period. Yeah, but I gave so much. No, you gave 10 times, and you're such a selfish person that you counted all the 10 times you gave because it's got to be a hustle for you. It's got to be some form of leverage. It's like no. You didn't give up a kidney. Like, stop it. You know, you gave somebody $20 one time, and then they gave you your $20 back. That don't mean, the next time, you need $400, you can call them. That's not how that works. And then people become self-aware because then people start going, well, I did this for you, this for you, this for you, this for you. Well, you ain't got to keep counting. No, I do. I do got to keep count. I do got to keep count because it's you. Because you that selfish that you keep count or buying somebody a Big Mac in 2007. And now they owe you a tomahawk steak in 2024. You better cut it out. Even though you didn't ate at their house and they didn't took you out 11 times since then, you better stop smoking that stuff. But But man, let me get up out of here, man, because it was on my heart, as the church folks say, because to me, like, this is a problem nowadays. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Do this,
Spoken from the lips of the young or the old, fear of me.
Yeah, gotta put it all in.
And they are Superman.
All the way. I guess I'm taking off the cake through the glasses in the trash. Being super is great, saving y'all is such a drag. Even God took the break, me I ain't coming back. I got one life to live, if you don't like it, that's your ass. Cause nobody saved me, plus when I walk, I'm just a peon. I could use somebody just like I'm the kings of neon. This world is cold as ice, mixed with salt, mixed with freon. They got me pissed off, but that's better than being peed on. For eons, human beings took kindness for weakness. When you constipated, you start to appreciate shit. Put before you life and death, and you just gotta choose. The kryptonite life means you should follow the rules. If your credit's messed up or your bills ain't paid, then it's getting disconnected. Can't nobody say the day. And I can fly, leave a building in a single bound, but I can't stand farewell finish it. Kids play games and adults play for keeps. And me, I play to win, but I ain't playing in these streets. And life is not a joke, then again, it ain't this serious. Superman can say the day, but God can say the Superman. Saga of the kryptonite, life just ended. You enjoy listening? Man, I'll finish it. Lois, come holler at me. I got an ice couch. Thank you for coming out. Listen, I knew you would like it because we made it. I'm so frigid and so fly.